Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. If this found you, it was meant to. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and breathe. You're entering a sacred space of tarot, of oracle, meditations, ogham, and soul-centered wisdom. There are no coincidences here, only invitations. Lessons with Wesley.
In stillness, I stand at the threshold of myself. I am not empty, I am vast. A sanctuary of soul sound cloaked in stars and secrets. I do not rush to reveal, I wait. Like the moon behind clouds, like a prayer waiting to be spoken. My energy is sacred. My knowing is a flame in the hollow, not loud, not showy, but eternal. Today, I remember. I am not here to prove. I am here to pulse, to emanate, to exist in truth without apology. I veil what is holy. Not to hide it, but to honor it. I unveil when the soul says, now. So I ask you, do you know your energy? And are you willing to stand in the beauty of your becoming? All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 28 of Lessons with Wesley. Know your energy, unveil your frequency. I hope y'all are having a great Monday. You know I am, because why? School was canceled. School was canceled. We had us a little snow day going on, but you know what? That's all right. We haven't used the first day for a hurricane or anything, so bring it on snow day. So I've had a great weekend, wonderful weekend. Just some relaxing and cleaning, and one of my nieces got to stay the night. It was great. So good to see her, and we just Nathan and I had a great weekend. But anyway, I hope y'all had a good weekend. I hope you're staying safe and all this. Those of you that are affected by the winter storm, I hope you're staying safe and you got plenty of supplies and staying warm. So why this episode? Why know your energy? Well, I did say I had a good weekend. I did have a great weekend. But I did say something to Nathan, and I said something to him to the effect of, well, why don't you ask me to do it? You don't think I can, do you? Or you don't believe I can, or something like that. He's like, no. And then I said, you know what? Later on, I was reflecting. No, that's not Nathan's thoughts. That's my fear coming out. And I'm placing it on Nathan. And I was doubting myself in my journey, my Reiki training, the sound bowls, my chakra, remote viewing, which I need to practice, which I have made a bet with myself. I will do remote viewing once a week, starting off on Wednesdays. What is remote viewing? Well, maybe that'll be next week's episode. But I've got some great stories about it. But remote viewing, it's awesome. And I started doubting myself. I was like, you know what? No, don't throw that on your sweet love, Nathan. That is yourself, doubting yourself, your fear coming out. And I thought about that night, and I thought about it the next day, and I was like, you know what? I just need to believe in myself, not think, oh, I'm just being silly, doing something stupid. No, there are so many powerful stories. Yes, Reiki and stuff is about universal energy and healing. It's not about you. You're not powerful. You're just the vessel. I get it. But still, you got to believe that you're doing something, worthwhile and just trusting yourself and your intuition. And I started saying it's all about intent. It's all about intent, which I've always said. It's all about intent and energy. And y'all, today, I say today, I'm recording this on Sunday. So today I was listening to an episode of a podcast, and it's a a podcast from Kara Goodwin. Kara Goodwin's podcast is called Soul Elevation. And this episode was episode 545, Dowsing, Energy Clearing, and Personal Freedom. And the guest that she was interviewing is Raymond Grace, and he does a lot with dowsing and clearing negative energies from like water sources and stuff. And it was so interesting, first off, that I have been interested in dowsing or pendulum swinging as another tool of just checking yourself, or not necessarily yes and no questions, but if I make this decision, how are the results going to affect me? And when I get to the reading, the card pull, well, I'll get to that later. I double checked myself with my own dowsing rod, and it was pretty phenomenal. But anyway, Raymond Grace. So I was listening to that, and I'll have the link posted on the on the Facebook page. I'll post it there, and then I'll do it on the Instagram page, and I'll try to do it right here. So I was listening to that, and not only was he talking about the dowsing rods and how he helps people clear their negative energy and negative energy of schools and places and houses, he was talking about, and another big gist was, you got to trust yourself. You got to believe yourself. Well, how you know it works? Well, it works because I've seen results. I know I can do it. And it just spoke to me so strongly. I'm like, this is exactly what I needed, what I needed to hear. So, I mean, it was just spot on for, like, yes, why out of all the 5 or 6 different podcasts that I could have clicked on to listen today as I was making some fantastic homemade gumbo. Oh my God, y'all. I tasted it. We're going to have it tomorrow. It tastes so great. Oh my gosh. But that's the one that I chose first to listen to. And it was just amazing about trusting your instinct. That's what it was. Trusting your instinct, just believing in yourself and not doubting yourself. Almost like a placebo effect, like the placebo pill. But if you believe it's true, it's true. Go for it. And so as I was doing getting ready to do the card pull, and once again I used the Celtic Dragon Oracle deck. Those were my intentions. Knowing your energy, unveiling your frequency, and that's something else that Raymond, Raymon, Raymond Grace spoke of, was about. And I've heard this before, but he spoke of everything's energy, everything's frequency. We're all vibrating on different frequencies, but it's all about energy and frequency. But anyway, so those were my intentions as I was doing the card pull. And the card pull, excellent. It was all about receiving from source, flowing, getting in touch with yourself, with Mother Earth, with nature, about creation. And the card pull was the number 3, the Empress card. Now, it was inverted, and that speaks of the trusting yourself and not doubting yourself, and feeling a lot on that left side of your body, which is the feminine side. And that tied in perfectly with trusting your intuition and not doubting yourself. And it was like, once again, love it, love it. Stop doubting yourself. Tell yourself, I trust myself. So speaking of trusting yourself, y'all ready? Here we go. So, the Empress card stands for unexpected blessings, goddess influence. Unexpected gifts and blessings come to you. A possible marriage or commitment to a relationship is close. You may experience a possible pregnancy or period of creativity. Travel, pleasant recreation, or social gathering will benefit you at this time. Financial security and good fortune can be yours with planning and commitment. Goddess influences are at work in your life. Now, you'll know that I said this is now that was the, I guess you would say, right side up meaning. Some people read tarot cards just one way. I like to go with inverted or unverted, I guess you would call it. But the inverted meaning was, like I said earlier, is that people are starting to doubt themselves. Maybe you doubt yourself as being attractive. You're feeling this way, but you're not stopping and giving either yourself or a situation you're in enough thought. It says you have things to offer on every level, and folks, we've just got to start giving ourselves credit. It says the Empress reverse suggests that you need to get more in touch with the love and happiness that flows within you. And it said, meditate or find some way that you can just start to kind of tap into that side of yourself that maybe you're not looking into. Blocked some type of unrecognized feminine energy. Maybe you've forgotten something, the softer side of you. You keep doing the masculine, doing energy, always wanting to go do something. Well, my left elbow, I've had tennis elbow for over a year now. I mean, is that something tying in, something deeper, something I'm struggling with? Always got to be doing. I don't know. Is it something else I need to tap into? I mean, why in the world has my elbow been hurting literally for over a year? I don't get it. It's gotten a little better. Is there some imbalance? And talking about knowing yourself, like this weekend, I was doubting myself. But is there an imbalance with you trusting yourself or me trusting myself and your self-worth? And we need to stop second guessing ourselves. That's what we need to stop doing. Stop doubting ourselves. We need to, and it was what I said this weekend to Nathan, that he was, something on him was hurting or bothering him. And I was like, well, why don't you ask me to do it? You don't think I can, or you don't believe that I can. And he looked at me and he said, no. And then later I was like, you know what, John, that was wrong of you to say that. That was just my fear coming out on Nathan. So I shouldn't have said that, but that was just my self-doubts coming out. But that wasn't Nathan's doubts coming out. Those were mine. But anyway, and I was just like, you know what? I need to stop doubting myself. I'm the one holding myself back. I need to be true to myself. I need to know my energy, and I need to start tapping in and unveiling my frequency. So you know what I did? This is a fun, quick little story. We have a microwave that's above the counter. It's got 2 light bulbs. Well, one of the light bulbs has been out for about 2 weeks, and we've yet to drive to a place to go buy another light bulb. And I was getting ready to make the gumbo, and I looked over and I said, I'm tired of seeing that dang thing flapping down. I'm tired of looking at that, the holder. And I said, dang it, I'm going to infuse this with some energy. So y'all, I did some shoku rays. I did some energy, imbuing it with energy. And I just focused. That was my intent. That was my intent. It's all about intent. Tarot cards, pendulum, dowsing rods, whatever it is you're using, whatever book or whatever advice you're getting, it's all about intent and the energy behind it. And guess what? I plugged that sucker in and it came on. And I said, good. Because I don't feel like driving anywhere in this cold weather. And the inverted Empress card, external validation, a gentle nudge to remember, you do not need permission to be sacred. We do not. Y'all, we need to love and we need to know ourselves. That's what we need to do. So folks, yes, we need to trust ourselves, but you know what? We also need to tap in. We need to know and trust our higher self. Not just trusting yourself, but trusting the you who already knows. So this isn't just a card about creation. It's about the quiet space before the creation. The decision to sit in your sacred power before unleashing it. folks, you and myself, we need to stop doubting. We need to trust ourselves. Know your energy. Unveil those beautiful frequencies that make you, you.